Welcome to episode number 12 of his Dallas Stars NHL 21 franchise series, and today I'm still playing my Dallas Stars franchise series here in NHL 21. Yes, still in NHL 21. I know NHL 22 is out in real life, but I'm asking for NHL 22 for Christmas. So it's still NHL 21. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference, or it's Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Stars, Jets. Stars lead this best 7 series, 3 games to none, and are 1 win away from sweeping the Jets. And moving on to play the the Stars are 1 win away from sweeping the Winnipeg Jets, and moving on to the Stanley Cup Final to play the Buffalo Sabres or the New York Rangers, which those are the two teams playing each other in the Eastern Conference Finals. And right now, that's best 7 series, obviously, and the Rangers lead that best 7 series 2 games to 1. So still up in the air who will be playing in the Stanley Cup Final if we get there, which we only have to win 1 and it's 4 games, which I think we're probably going to win the game out to play right now. Difficulty will be on semi-pro, which is the second easiest difficulty here in NHL 21. So I know game 1 of the series was the last episode. If you haven't seen any episodes of the series, there's a playlist of the series. It will be an eye in the shot and temporary corner right up here. There should be an icon pops up at the beginning of the video. We won game 1 6-1. You saw that in the last episode. If you haven't seen it yet, check out the playlist like I just said. So we won game 1 6-1. We won game 2 3-0, and we won game 3 5-1. So it's not. So we scored in this series. We've scored 14 goals, and the Jets have scored 2. So yeah, because it's we've scored 14 goals. The Jets have scored 2. So that's a plus 12 goal differential. Game 4 is in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We're 11-0 in the playoffs. The Stars are 11-0 in the playoffs. Jets are 8-9. I want to show you one thing before we get started here. Oh, also I want to address something. There's some changes about like the brightness on the screen. Well, we have 6 lights in here, 3 rows with 2 lights in each row. The light above me and the light above the TV, both lights are on, and usually have all 6 lights are on. But only 4 are on. Not because I don't want to turn the other 2 on. It's because the other 2 are burned out. The row, which is basically above the door, or one light's above the door and the other one's obviously across from it. But basically, if you're coming into the room, well, let me put it this way: the row of lights above the TV and above me are on, and the row behind me, which is basically above the door, those 2 lights are off because those 2 lights burned out. But the 2 lights above me and the 2 lights above the TV are on. They haven't burned out yet, but the 2 lights above the door are off, or aren't on, because they're burned out. So hopefully that will change them soon enough. And you might think, oh, you should change them. Well, one, I don't know if we have any bulbs to put in there, first of all. Second of all, I don't want to hurt myself or something. So yeah, I don't want to hurt myself or anything. But it should still be fine, as long as it's not, hopefully, as long as I think if the light above the TV stays on, it should be fine. Because it used to be, I think, my old camera where it was blurry unless the light was above the TV was on, and for like a few months, or maybe not a few months, but maybe for like a month or a few weeks, I don't know, or it might have been like a month where the light above the TV wasn't even on. But the two lights above the TV and the 2 lights above me are on. The 2 lights above the door aren't on because they're burned out. Now let's get into game 4 here in the Western Conference Finals. Let's get into game 4 of the Western Conference Finals in Winnipeg. Stars, 1 win away from sweeping the Jets and moving on to the Stanley Cup Final to play the Rangers or the Sabres. Oh yeah, also I want to show you one more thing, but first, I gotta do something. So I gotta stop filming and I'll come back. So I just had to start my fan because it was getting a little warm in here. Although outside, it's not like 50 degrees, but it's like 70 degrees, 75 degrees. And so it's not like 100 degrees like it is in the summer. Or it's not always 100 degrees in the summer, but like 90, 95 in the summer, or maybe triple digits at 100. Well, I thought I didn't need to use the fan, but because it's only like, I think it's like 70 degrees outside, 75 maybe. But this Studio 42 Academy, it's always warm, like year round, so I just had to turn on the fan. The door's open. I didn't close the door. My mom doesn't work or anything. She's not sleeping. She's not sleeping right now. She doesn't work tonight, so I have the door open, but it's still warm in here. So I turned the fan on to level number 3, which is well, the highest level on that fan is level 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, so I just put it on 3. So if you do hear noise, which usually you can hear it, it's the fan, because the fan right now is, I would say, 5 feet in front of me. So before, Satan led our team in points in the regular season, and he leads our team in points during the playoffs. Or Satan leads the team in points with 22 in the playoffs, and he led the team with points in the regular season with 93. Pavelski's one behind them along with Ben, and then Hinsett's 20, and he's 2 behind Satan. But if you go down the Ethan Bear, 11 days played. I down via free agency. Last team was the Edmonton Oilers. Through 11 games in the playoffs, he has 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. So that's good. But so through 11 games, he has 9 points, 4 goals, 5 assists. But if you looked at this is the regular season stats. We down over halfway through the year because he only played 35 games in the regular season. So in 35 games, he had 11 points, all assists. So he had 35 games, 0 goals, 11 assists, 11 points. So in 35 games, he has 11 assists, or in 35 games, he had 11 points, all assists. And then now in 11 games, or in 35 regular season games, he had 11 points, all assists. In 11 playoff games, he has 9 points, 4 goals, 5 assists. It's probably maybe because I'm playing with his team more, because it might have been where, especially towards the end of the year, where we were just already locked in our playoff. We already won the division, clinched the conference, clinched the President's Trophy. I didn't really play. I was sim and Dame, so I guess Ethan Bear can't score when I don't play with him. But yeah, so in 35 regular season games, he had 11 points, all assists. Yeah, in 35 regular season games, he had 11 points, all assists. In 11 playoff games, he has 9 points now, and he has 4 goals and 5 assists, and obviously, like I said, 9 points. Let's get into Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Stars this best 7 series, 3 games to none. The game is on May 13th, 2021 in this game, and it's at Bell MTS Place. Bell MTS Place, whatever that is. It's apparently the arena for the Jets. Let's get into the game right now. Yeah, it's away uniforms for us, home uniforms for them. Yeah, Style Church, no 4 minutes, still time pro, like I said. That's the second easiest difficulty here in NHL 21, and the on-ice trainer is intermediate. Let's get in the game right now. Let's watch our prediction. James Cebulski, Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals. Their goaltender's Connor Hellebuck, 8-0 with 1 shutout here in the playoffs. And our goaltender is Ben Bishop. I believe it's 6-6 or 6-7. I don't know. He's 11-0 with, I think that's 3 or 4 shutouts. I think he's 6-7, I think. Ben Bishop is 11-0 in the playoffs with 4 shutouts or something, or 3 or 4 shutouts. As we open the jar in the first period here in Game 4, as we're on our way in Game 4, we turn it over though. Ben just hit a die. Here to the Jets. Bishop said no and passes it to a vacant corner where the captain, Jamie Benton, did the putt. Here's Radulov. First line is Radulov, Satan, and Ben. And now Hastinen from the point did save. There were line of players for both ends, and that he just ran right into another team. Here's Connor, and the shot is stopped, and it was trickling towards the net. Might have went in if Satan didn't stop it. Also might have went wide. Here's Wheeler now. Here's Shifley. Shot, toe save, left toe save by Bishop. Here's Satan, and no one was there. I thought no one was there, and it's covered by Hellebuck. Passes it quickly to his teammate. Here's Shifley. Shot right in the Bishop's catching glove and passes to Klimber to turn the puck over. Gurnoff passed it, and I missed the guy that was streaking down there. Pavelski beats the ice in. And Pavelski has the putt, and then he got bumped off the putt by Patrick Laine. Up ahead the Ehlers, I think, and poached away by me. Here's Hintz. Hintz got bodied off it just outside the Dallas blue line. And lost the puck. Here's Pavelski. Did pass to Hintz. Hintz, or Duriano's on the puck. Then Bear! He kind of lost it. To the slot! Oh! This is the defenseman down low and shot, or passed back to the point that I believe the other defenseman is picked off by the Dickinson, rather, a forward. Here we go. Here's Dickinson! Dickinson! Someone just blew, I think that was Dickinson, or it was whoever the other guy was there, and that got intercepted by Little. Here's DeMello as we're halfway through or we're about almost halfway through the first period. Retreating are the Jets. Here's DeMello. DeMello, I missed him as we're halfway through the first period here in Game 4. No score here in Game 4. No score here in the game, but it started through the best 7 series 3 games and then they're 1-1 away from moving on to the Stanley Cup final. And then the slot, and that's Robertson! And the guy in front was tied up. And now it's in the corner. And that guy just got rocked by Ethan Bear. And then Bear hit it all the way back down. I thought someone was there, but no. Blake Como knows about that did it. And there's Blake Como, who's on the fourth line with Caliano and Fatsa, FCC line. Blake Como, Andrew Caliano, and Rat Fatsa. Here's Sekera, who I think Caliano and Como are no longer on the team. Here's Fatsa, though. And Donna lost the putt. Here's Koo. Lost the putt. Out in front, no. And Fatsa kind of hit someone, I think. 5.5 minutes down the first period here in Game 4. No score. Not that much offense. Good defense, though. Here's Como. A lot of hitting, too. Here's Sekera. Here we go. Sekera slamming the brakes. And then got intercepted by a Jets player. Here's Sekera. Or Slapper! Stop! Juicy rebound! Another shot is turned aside. Sekera gets it. There's Como. And he will clear it. And Taliano got there first! Taliano scores! He did it himself! Put it in the front of the net. Good things happen and he scores. And it's 1-0 Dallas. They strike first here in Game 4. Second goal of the playoffs for Taliano. Well, it's about 3 minutes ago here in the first. It was dumped in. He got there first. There was no defense. Went right to the slot and shot it. Then that was blocker side on the goaltender. 2:54 to go here in the first. 1-0 Dallas. As Dallas strikes first here in Game 4. Assisted by Como and Sekera. Here we go. Here's Hastings now. 2 minutes to go in the first. And that's Sagan! Oh, and I lost the puck. And in the corner, Sagan to the slot, intercepted by Scheifele, and then got poached at the way, but right the hell up, and he covers. Minute 19 to go here in the first. Blake Wheeler, 12 goals, 15 assists, 27 points, leads the Jets in points here in the playoffs. I don't know. It seems like all the fans are white. I think it says shutout streak for Ben Bishop 5 games. Not 5 straight games, but I think that means he has 5 shutouts here in the playoffs. He has, like I said, he at least had 3 or 4. And now there's a fight! There's a fight! It's Kyle Connor Hastings! Miro Hastings is a defenseman for us. Kyle Connor was a forward. I'm not sure what happened. Someone got hit, and I didn't want to do this. They automatically did it. And Hastings, I have to lose. He has no energy left, and yeah, who in real life they signed him to like an 8-year, like $90 million contract or something like that. Which I think is worth it because he actually is a pretty good defenseman. But I'm not sure what. I think someone got hit. Oh, Hastings, yeah, he like clotheslined the Jets player, and then Kyle Connor stood up for his teammate. No penalties, well, except for the 5-minute majors for fighting on both of the players, but no like power plays or anything. 30 seconds to go here in the period. What a hit! And here we go. Dennison hit a guy at the putt. Gets the putt across. Oh, it got broken up. That was a good chance, but unfortunately, Stars did not score there. At the end of the first period, the score is 1-0 Dallas here in Game 4. We only had 3 shots in that first period. There was only 8 shots total, 5 by the Jets, 3 by the Stars. Obviously, penalty minutes, 5 each for the 5-minute major for fighting on Hastings and Connor. Face-offs 3-1 in favor of the Stars. So there was only 4 face-offs in that first period. Time attack, 149 for us, 114 for them. Passing, we're under 50%. They're at 90%. Hits, 7-4 in favor of us. Shots, 5-3 in favor of the Jets. Scoring, obviously, 1-0 in favor of us. And that was the goal line. Caliano assisted by Como and Sekera. Let's end the center period here in Game 4. the Store. With the Store, once in the second period here in Game 4, with the Stars up 1-0. Here we go. And out there, and then the place of Hastings, I believe Hastings on the first line is Lindell. Here we go, here's Little, and that did not work. Here's Lindell, lost the puck. Here's Blake Wheeler, toe save by Bishop. When real life hasn't played in literally like a year. He's been on the IR with a knee injury for like forever. His last game he played was like in the 2021 NHL playoff, or the 2021 NHL playoff bubble. He played like the second round or whatever. That was August of 2020. He hasn't played since then, so it's been a year and a half. He's been practicing, but he hasn't played like in a real game against like an opponent since August of 2020, which was a year and a half ago, basically. Little with a slapper, stopped by Bishop, and that went by Sadin, but did go out of the zone. 16:30 they go here in the period. Sadin. And I got intercepted by Raja. Penalty! Yeah, penalty! There goes Bishop for the extra tenor. Ben! Streaking on the win! Score! Ben! On a delayed penalty call! And the captain makes it 2-0. On the delayed penalty call, Bishop went to the bench for the extra tenor. Then it was Sadin with Ben streeted on the right side. And Ben puts his glove sign on Hellebuck as the captain makes it 2-0 as he scores on a delayed penalty. I don't think it's still a penalty, though. Or is it? I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not. So we do get the goal, but no penalty for the Jets because the penalty cancels the goal cancels the penalty. But I'll still take the goal. Alright, what a hit by Lindell! My goodness, Lindell. Or actually, really, the last flip ending, didn't miss anything. We have the putt now in like the offensive zone. We might have a little bit of a rush. But either way, I do like Lindell. Here we go. Hintz has the putt along the right or left side. Score! Pavelski! The veteran! Well, the other veteran, obviously Ben's a veteran too, and Sadin, really Radulov. But veteran scores, or Joe Pavelski, a veteran, scores for Dallas, ninth of the playoffs, and the Stars have scored 2 goals in, what, like a minute? Or something like that. But 3-0 in Dallas, 14:42 to go here in the first, or 14:42 to go in the second. So 3-0 in Dallas, 14:30 in town to go in the second. What a hit by Pavelski! And now it's kicked out of Sekera. Up ahead, Hintz. Pavelski. Doing some moves. Right circle. Sekera got knocked down. Should not shot that. Pavelski from the point. Stop. Hintz. Oh, he didn't try to pass it, but he got it bad. At their own paint pass. What a setup. Turn the side post set the way by Duryanov. To the slot score. On the doorstep. Pavelski again. 3 goals in the period, 4 in the game for the Stars. Second tonight for Pavelski, 10th of the playoffs, 8 minutes into the second period exactly. 4-0 in Dallas in Game 4. 3 goals in the first, 8 minutes of the second period, and it's now 4-0 in Dallas. I was assisted by Duryanov. 10th of the playoffs for Pavelski, second of the game, 4-0 in Dallas. Here we go, shot was right in the skates of Klimberg, and then he got it back. The Jets player, and he shot it right in the glove of Bishop, and he passes out to his teammate. Here we go, Jets now have it down 4-0. Here's Appleton, which I believe in real life is on the Kraken. What a pass! But stopped by Bishop. Or the shot was stopped. Hit around the boards. It won't be an icing. Yeah, it won't be. Robertson will get there first, banked it around, and held in. No, not held in by Hastings. It was obviously out of the box. Tied out of the box probably like 5 to 7 minutes ago. Was Pavelski's 1-0 from the hat trick. 9:24 to go here in the second period. 4-0 in Dallas. And here we go. Sadin back to Klimberg. Here's Radulov. Stop. That might have hit the crossbar. I believe it did hit the crossbar or the post. Then it popped straight up in the air. Here's Sadin. Did save. And to poach it by Ben, who scored earlier in the delayed penalty. Radulov from the doorstep. Score. 5-0 Dallas. Radulov stashes one in the back of the net, and it's 5-0. 8-goal pass for him. 12:31 in the second period, and the Stars lead by 5. 7:29 to go in the center period. 5-0 Dallas, assisted by Jamie Benn. Here's Klimberg, behind the back pass to Ben, that puts it away, and trying to dump it in, and Klimberg eventually doesn't really dump it in. But here's Wheeler, back the other way, Jets down by 5, he dumps it in below the goal line behind Bishop, his in the Klimberg, to Saden. Here we go, Saden might have a step here, oh, he got puts it away or hit something. And that, oh, I thought that was on interference, wasn't though. And he just ran into a buzzsaw, ran right into Hintz, all the way up ahead of Pavelski, lost the putt, stayed there, and the Jets have it under 5 to play now. Tried to toe drop, but that did not work. Missed everyone on that pass, and that will be an icing as we cannot. There, Jets player are first to the dots. Top 10 in goals, you can see Saden's first with 14. Pavelski and Ben are top. Well, sits in 7th. With 8, but obviously now that's coming into the game. Pavelski now is 10 and Ben has 9 because Ben scored a goal and Pavelski have scored 2. Here's Duryanov, open space, and the Dynamo left score. It's Hintz. 6-0 Dallas. As Dallas now up by half a dozen with like 3 minutes to go here in the second. 8-goal playoffs for Hintz. And there goes Hellebuck for the backup, which I don't know who the backup is. But Hellebuck doesn't even, last 2 periods, gives up 6 goals, 3:13 to go in the second period, 6-0 Dallas. Goals assisted by Dennis Duryanov and Miro Hastings. And that not hit a skate of a Jets player. Ethan Barron using right now, shot turned aside, and now Barron has it. Number 74, what a hit. Good hit, under 2 to play here in the second. Here's DeMello, onside play at the line, but then Bear just hit him hard. Up ahead to Camano. Shot by Nick Camano is stopped and held by whoever the backup is. 51.4 to go in the second. 6-0 Dallas. Win the draw. One-timer score! Nick Camano. 7-0 Dallas. Touchdown Dallas. Yeah, I mean, it's 7 points. Second goal of the playoffs only for Nicholas Camano. You just said Nick Camano, but either way, Camano gets the goal. Only the second of the playoffs. Obviously, he's on the third line with Dickinson and Robertson. Assisted by Bear and Dickinson, so Bear gets his 6th assist and 10 points of the playoffs. It's his 12th game. And here done the Jets. DeMello shot is stopped by the right pad of Bishop and Bear. I thought someone was there, but no one was there. Dickinson beat the ice in. I didn't realize how little time there was. One last shot stopped by the goaltender. The horn sounds. We go to and that's it for the second period here in Game 4. The score after 2 periods of play here in Game 4 is 7-0 Dallas. Shots are 16-11 in favor of the Stars. They've scored 7 goals and 15 shots. So we're out shooting them 16-11. We're out scoring them 7-0. So we have 7 goals and 16 shots. They have 0 goals and 11 shots. We're out hitting them 10-8. We're out shooting them 16-11. We're out scoring them 7-0. Time attack, we have about a minute more. Passing, they're much better. Face-offs, 9-6 in favor of us. Only the 5 penalty minutes for each side. The 5-minute major for fighting on Miro Hastings. The 5-minute major for fighting on Miro Hastings, and the 5-minute major for fighting on Kyle Connor. And then so no power plays, no power play minutes, and no shorting the goals. Let's get into the third period here in Game 4. The Stars up by a touchdown, 7-0. Yeah. Third period time here in Game 4, 7-0 Dallas. We're up by a touchdown at 7-0. Here we go. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I just jerked forward. I was too early, so they wouldn't open the draw. The Jets wouldn't open the draw at third period. Down by 7. And now he just ran right into a buzzsaw. Turned over, shot by Little, stopped by Bishop, and covers 45 seconds into the third period. Yeah, we don't need to score any more goals. We probably will, though. It's only the 17th face-off of the game, and we win it. And Klimberg has lost the puck. And here done the Jets, stomped by Bishop, and passes to Hastings, and outside that 5-minute major fight in after he lost the fight to Kyle Connor earlier, and then got intercepted by Nico or Nicky or whatever his name. Here we go. Here's done the Jets, letting the break. Bishop shutout. Here's Wheeler on the doorstep. Bishop said no. Here's Radulov. Shot blocked. Now Hastings does not hit the puck. Jets do below the goal line. Here done the Jets now at our blue line, poked by Hastings. Shaw was using. Faint pass to Klimberg, or faint pass by Klimberg to Sadin. Here's Sadin, open ice, and he scores on the backhand. 8-0 Dallas. Did a hat trick Stastny? Why? Is that a Jets player? 15th goal of the playoffs for Sadin. Yeah, 15th, yes. 15th goal in his 12th game for Sadin. Assisted by Klimberg. They lose the face-off. Pavelski lost it. 15 minutes to go here in the third. 8-0 Dallas. What a hit! Ran right into him. Hopefully, during also Tay and DePote. Here's Bear. Kind of lost the puck. Got back to it though. It's Stitched. Pavelski still has the puck though. Up ahead. The Hintz. We're kind of stuck in our own zone. Eventually we did it out. 13 minutes to go here in day 4. 8-0 Dallas as we're 13 minutes away from moving on to the Stanley Cup final. To play the New York Rangers or the Buffalo Sabres. Shot. The slapper, but then the Stars player ended up with hitting the stick of the Jets player when he was winding up for the slapper. And Morrissey that got tipped in the zone by something. Here we go. Here's Dickinson. Up ahead, the Tomanos scored a goal down at that sandwich against the boards. Here's Bear, and he sends it wide. And now down low, Dickinson lost the puck. Ehlers has it. Got bodied off at the boards. Tomano lost the puck at the blue line for the Jets. And then the Jets did the same thing. They lost the puck at our blue line. Here we go. Shot by Dickinson to stop it. Robertson, but I decided to shoot it. Didn't work out. Here we go. 8:40 remaining here in the third. 8-0 Dallas. Here's Line. And Ethers just got nailed by me after he shot it. Now it's below the goal line. And Line has it. Did right toe save by Bishop. And dumped down by Steven Johnson. And Rudolph is retired, but in this game, he's still playing hockey. And he's still playing for the Dallas Stars. Under 7 to play. Here we got bodied off at the line by Steven Johns. Obviously, he was dealing with a concussion. That's why he really retired. Number 28, the Dion Muser, at least that was. Here's Taliano, lost the puck. And slapper right in the Bishop's logo on his jersey. 5:17 to go in the third. 8-0 Dallas. Top 10 in points. Sadin's third. Pavelski's fourth. Ben's fifth. Hintz is seventh. That's like top 10 in the whole playoffs, like for every team, not just for the Stars. Sadin's on the ice. We won the draw at the Klimberg. Up by the Radulov. Slammed on the brakes. Now lost the puck. Down at back though. And open. Hit the post. He was too low, and Sadin then scores from basically in between the circles, maybe a little farther out, but either way, it's in the back of the net. 9-0 Dallas. Sending tonight for Sadin, 16th of the playoffs. There's like 4.5 minutes to go in the game. It's now 9-0 Dallas. 4:24 to go in the third. 9-0 Dallas. Assisted by Ben and Radulov. Here's Ben, who has scored in this game. Pavelski has 2, Sadin has 2, and I don't really know who else has. But I know Ben, Pavelski has 2, and Sadin has 2. Have 2. Here we go. Here's Ben. Look at Sadin scores! And then tumble down, but it's worth the tumble as he does get the hat trick. 10-0 Dallas, hat trick for Tyler Sadin. 17th of the playoffs, third of the game for Sadin. Sadin has 3, Pavelski has 2. I know Ben has 1. Kamano I know has 1 too. And Hintz. Assisted by Ben and Klimberg. We lost the putt. Hastings knows what they did it though. And here's Ben. And glove save. Hit the glove of the goaltender. And they got intercepted now. And now the breakaway. And he scores. 5-hole on Bishop. And there's like 2 minutes to go in the third. And there goes Bishop's shutout. It's now 10-1. As Jansen Hartkins intercepted the pass, and then the only thing in front of him was white ice, the net, and Ben Bishop, and he sends it 5-hole on he sends it through the 5-hole of Ben Bishop. As the only thing in front of him was white ice, Ben Bishop, and the net. As he slides it 5-hole on Ben Bishop, and there goes Bishop's shutout. It's now 10-1 Stars with like 2 minutes to go in the game. So it's not. So last flip, and you missed anything. There's exactly 2 minutes to go here in the third period. 10-1 Stars. Score is score is 10-1. We're out shooting on 21-18. So I mean, yeah, we have 10 goals on 21 shots. They have 1 goal on 18 shots. I mean, you think when you score 10 goals, you might have like 40 shots, 30, 40 shots. We only have 21, and we scored a goal on almost half of our just over. No, not over. Yeah, we scored a goal. We scored a goal on half of our shots, just over half. Yeah, 2 minutes to go in the third. Center ice face-off, 10-1. Because that center ice face-off because of the goal, 10-1 Stars. And we lose it, but we're still down by 9, or still up by 9, not down by 9. Here's Wheeler, and that intercepted by Klimber. But I wish Bishop was 2 wins away. 2 wins away, or 2 minutes away from it. It's like, I think, it's 6 shutout. Shot turned aside by the goaltender. Okay. Here we go. Back the other way, and he got bodied off by Hastinen. And what a hit! Connor's denied from the doorstep. Connor's got kind of clotheslined. Here's here's Klimber with Hastinen, and now down low. Klimber! Glove saved by the goaltender, and he throws it out. Half a minute to go, and that guy just got killed. Here we go to Pote, but I don't know who that was. Then that was Klimber. Passed out to Pavelski. Remember, he needs a hat trick. 1-0 for a hat trick. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Across. In front. Across. Trying to get it to Pavelski. Pavelski had it. Oh, I tried to did it to Pavelski. One last chance for Pavelski. Glove save by the goaltender. But the Stars are going to the Stanley Cup final. So we sweep the Jets, and we'll be playing the New York Rangers or the Buffalo Sabres in the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. Here's a handshake. So the Stars will be playing the Rangers or the Sabres in the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. The Stars sweep the Jets. As they win Game 4, 10-1. When the Stars sweep the Jets and they win Game 4, 10-1. Don't touch it. Yeah, don't touch it. As we're in the Players Campbell Bowl. Don't touch it though. Some teams do, some not. Some teams do, some teams don't. And we're the team that won't touch it. It's superstition reasons, that's why. Don't touch it. As we do, the Players Campbell Bowl, those are the Western Conference champions. Some teams touch it, some teams don't. We don't. Stars are going to the Stanley Cup Final to play the New York Rangers or the Buffalo Sabres. And right now that series is 2-1 in favor of the Rangers. And we're going to see right now on camera, I'm going to show you who we're playing in the Stanley Cup Final. Radulov, 1 goal, 2 assists, no hits, is the third star. We outshot the Jets 25-19. We outhit them 16-10, and we outscored them 10-1, obviously. Second star, Jamie Benn, 1 goal, 3 assists, 1 hit, and probably the first star is probably going to be Saden. Well, it would be Saden if he did a hat trick. Saden had 3 goals, 1 assist, no hits. Pavelski, surprising. The first star was Saden, second star was Ben, third star was Radulov. I didn't think about this. Pavelski, he only had 2 goals. So 2 goals, no assists, 2 points. Radulov, he had 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. So he had 1 more point than Pavelski, although he had 1 less goal. Radulov only had 1 goal, but he had 2 assists, so he had a total of 3 points. Pavelski just had the 2 goals, so he just only had 2. So Pavelski only had the 2 goals, so he only had 2 points. Radulov, yes, he only had 1 goal, but he had 2 assists, so he had a total of 3 points. So Radulov had 3 points, Pavelski had 2. That's why Radulov was the third star, but not Pavelski. So Tyler Saden obviously had the hat trick, so he's the first star. Jamie Benn the second, sorry about that. So yeah, Tyler Saden is the first star. He had that hat trick. Jamie Benn is the second star, and Alexander Radulov is the third star. So yeah. Now let's go to the main menu to see who the Dallas Stars are playing in the now let's go to the main menu to see who the Dallas Stars are playing in the 2021 Stanley Cup Final. Speaking of the Texas Stars, which is the AHL affiliate of the Dallas Stars, they're in the Western Conference Finals in the AHL, American Hockey League, which is one step above the Texas Stars, the AHL affiliate of the Dallas Stars, are in the Western Conference Finals. In the AHL, which is the AHL, the American Hockey League, is one step below the National Hockey League, as they're up 2-1 on the, I think it's a Bakersfield Condors or whatever. So let's see how they do, but also let's see who we're playing in the Stanley Cup final. It'd be cool if we win the Stanley Cup and the trophy that goes to the champions in the NHL is the Stanley Cup, and the trophy that goes to the champions of the AHL is the Calder Cup. So it'd be cool if the Texas Stars win the Calder Cup and the Dallas Stars win the Stanley Cup. Which the Texas Stars, I realized, did win the Calder Cup back in 2014. And they were in the final in 2010, lost. 2014 they won. In 2018 they lost. In 2018 I went to a Game 7. I was watching it live, and I think they lost like 3-1, they lost like 3-1 or 4-1 or something like that. But oh yeah, Jamie Oleksiak's back. Because Jamie Oleksiak got hurt in the first playoff game. It was round 1, game 1 against, I think, the Anaheim Ducks. And he hasn't been able to play since, so he's been injured for like 3 weeks or whatever. And now he's back, looks like. And I think the person who replaced him was Sekera, if I remember right. Because, yeah, he's only played 11 games. Because everyone else. So Sekera is only the odd man out, unfortunately. But Oleksiak is an 80. Sekera is a. Oh, they're both 80s, I think. Yeah. So Sekera will be a healthy scratch. Oleksiak's back in his spot. He's a left defenseman on the third line with Stephen Johns. Yeah. So Oleksiak's an 80 overall left defenseman on the third defensive line with Stephen Johns. So and Andre Sekera and Jamie Oleksiak are both 80 overalls. But I'd rather play Oleksiak just because his nickname is the Bidrid. Now he's on the Seattle Kraken, but he's a big man. And I like him. So our scratches is Rhett Gardner, who's a center. Rhett Gardner, we have 3 scratches. Rhett Gardner, who's a center. Taylor Fedun, who's a right defenseman. And Andre Sekera, who's a left defenseman. So, and Sekera is 34 years old. Fedun's 32, and Gardner is 25. So, yeah, so let's see how Texas is doing. We won. Texas won, so they're up 3-1 in that series. And it's 2-2 between the Sabres and the Rangers in the East final. Ty Felleber and the Texas Stars is injured, so I gotta fill that. Usually I really like Anthony Lewis here. Little Louie, that we call him. So I guess I've burned in a 56 overall. I don't know who that is, but just burn him in, I guess. It's the AHL. So, I mean, did they win? Well, who? It's 3-2 Buffalo, so it's 2-1 New York. Now it's 3-2 Buffalo. After they winning game 4 and 5, right? Yeah, 4 and 5. They did. It's the Calder Cup. Well, it says playoffs final or playoffs dash final, and then below that says Calder Cup playoffs. It's the Texas Stars from the Western Conference versus the. Is that the Crunch? Yeah, it is the Crunch. It's Syracuse Crunch. Syracuse beat whoever they were playing in the East Final 4-1. Texas beat the Condors 4-1. Looks like they won. I think they won Game 5. It was in overtime. So it's the Texas Stars and Syracuse Crunch in the 2021 Calder Cup final. Who will play? Or it's Texas Stars versus the Syracuse Crunch in the 2021 Calder Cup final, and it's the Dallas Stars versus it'll be the Dallas Stars versus the Buffalo Sabres or the New York Rangers in the 2021 Stanley Cup final. Yeah. So game 1 will say is the 18th, and we might not have there might not be a well, I'm not gonna play that game or anything, but like well, I don't. Oh, that game's going to Game 7. So Game 7 in the East Final, while today, here in the May 18th, 2021, is Game 1 of the Calder Cup Final. Yeah, Syracuse versus Texas. We have home ice advantage. Stars do. Texas and Dallas both had 53 wins and 6 overtime losses. We had 23 regulation losses. They had 17. In the AHL, you play like like, we played, I think, what, 6 less games? Right? Yeah, I think so, because I think we had 23 regulation losses, although I didn't say that. So, yeah. Tied that. Oh, okay. Sorry, okay, I gotta fix this now. Sorry about this, guys. I just put Melnet there, I guess. I don't know. I'll just say, oh my goodness. Sorry about all the dead time. 10 is. Wait, is Les Brown's a center? Or is he a right one? Yeah, he's a right one. So I'll just take out him. And Les Bronx is back. Did they win? Oh, darn it, they lost 5-3. So it's 1-0 in crunch. It's a best 7. Best of 7, remember that. I think Game 7 is here on the 19th. So we'll find out who we're playing in like 10 seconds, maybe less. Who are we playing? I want to play the Rangers. Oh, jeez. So good job. I expect goals to be accomplished when I set them. Keep doing this, and you'll be a shoe-in for extension when the time comes past. I want us to advance to the Stanley Cup final. Get 100K if you do that. I have added 100K to your available funds to use this year. That's good. And it is Buffalo. It is the Buffalo Sabres. Didn't the Stars play the Buffalo Sabres in the Stanley Cup final one year? Or maybe it was. I think it was the Devils. I know it was the Devils. Either way, the Sabres at 40. So let's say they won Game 7. They did. They went 48, 21, and 13 in the regular season. We went 53, 23, and 6 in the regular season. Game 1 is on the 21st. Game 2 of the Calder Cup Finals on the 20th. So we're on a sim. Can Texas maybe win? Maybe. Oh, that was 1-0. So Texas, after they're playing the Syracuse Crunch in the 2021 Calder Cup Final, they lost Game 1 5-3, and they lost Game 2 1-0. So now they're down 2 games to none, which is not good. After the best 7 series, but they lose 2 more, they're done. So they're trailing in the 2. So they lost Game 1 5-3, they lost Game 2 1-0, so they're down 2 games to none in the 2021 Calder Cup Final. But it's best 7 series, but they lose 2 more games. Well, the Crunch win the Stanley Cup, or the Crunch win the Calder Cup, not the Stanley Cup. So here in the NHL side of things, it says playoffs dash final Stanley Cup, and then below that it says Stanley Cup final. But if you go over to the AHL, it says playoffs dash final, and below that it says Calder Cup playoffs. It should say Calder Cup final, not Calder Cup playoffs. Well, technically that is both, but it should say Calder Cup final because it's Calder Cup final. But either way, so in the 2021 Calder Cup final, it's the Texas Stars versus the Syracuse Crunch. In the 2021 Calder Cup final, it's the Texas Stars versus the Syracuse Crunch. And in the 2021 Stanley Cup final, it's the Dallas Stars versus the Buffalo Sabres, which I don't know. Game 1 is on Friday, May 21st, 2021, which in real life was my award ceremony for school. Obviously, usually you don't see the Stanley Cup final you don't usually see the Stanley Cup final start in May. Usually, well, honestly, usually you see it in May. It might, well, I just said the series, I think it would, the only way the series would go, or the only way the series would go into June is if it goes to 7 games. Because Game 7's on June 2nd, but the rest of the series is still in May. This is every other day. It's 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, 29th, 31st, and then Game 7, if there is one, will be on June 2nd. Best 7 series, obviously. Hopefully we can win it. And hopefully, hopefully the Dallas Stars can win the Stanley Cup. If the Texas Stars can't win the Calder Cup, then whatever. But hopefully the Dallas Stars can win the Stanley Cup. That's my priority. The Texas Stars win the Calder Cup, fine, great, that's a great thing. But if I had to pick one or the other, I'd rather pick the Dallas Stars to win the Stanley Cup than the Texas Stars to win the Calder Cup. If I had to pick one, I would pick Dallas over Texas. So yeah. So in the 2021 Calder Cup final, in the 2021 Calder Cup final, it's the Texas Stars versus the Syracuse Crunch, and in the 2021 Stanley Cup final, it's the Dallas Stars versus the Buffalo Sabres. Game 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup final, or Game 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup final, will be in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. And when that video comes out, you better buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a heck of a series. It could be a sweep, but also it might not be. Who knows? But stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the next episode of the series, which, like I said, will be Game 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final against the Buffalo Sabres at home at American Airlines Center. Understand what's on board if you hit subscribe the like button. Understand what's on board if you hit subscribe the like button. Subscribe if you hit your mom, dad, grandmother, fans, Dr. Spencer, friends about these videos. And I'm going to see you in episode number 13 of the Dallas Stars NHL 21 franchise series. See you in episode number 13. And you know how to bake it and go Stars.